Welcome back to the channel, Coin Lovers. Today we're going to uncover the rare and most valuable common 50-cent coins of Australia. While many 50-cent pieces seem ordinary and circulate widely, certain years, varieties, and conditions have made some of them incredibly collectible, and they're now selling for big money in today's action market. Let's get started. First up, the 1981 Australian 50-cent coin is one of those fascinating pieces. At first glance, it may look like just another regular coin, but hidden within its history, design, and collector demand lies a story of rarity and value that can transform this simple piece of metal into a small fortune for the right collector. The 50-cent denomination itself has a remarkable history in Australia. Introduced in 1966 alongside decimalisation, it began as a round silver coin, but that design was short-lived due to skyrocketing silver prices. From 1969 onwards, the coin took on its iconic 12-sided shape, struck in cupronickel, and it quickly became one of the most recognizable and distinctive coins in the world. The 1981 issue continues this proud tradition and has its own unique place in Australia's numismatic journey. On the obverse, the coin proudly features the regal portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin. This portrait, used from 1966 to 1984, depicts the Queen wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. It is a youthful, elegant image that Australians became deeply familiar with during these years. Surrounding the portrait are the inscriptions Elizabeth II Australia 1981, anchoring the coin firmly in its time and place. The reverse design is one that has captivated collectors for decades. Crafted by the master designer Stuart Devlin, it displays the Australian coat of arms in striking detail. At its heart is the shield, which features symbols of the 6 states. To the left, the kangaroo. To the right, the emu, two creatures that represent Australia's forward motion, as neither animal is known to walk backwards. Crowning the design is the 7-pointed Commonwealth Star, a symbol of unity across the nation. It's a bold, detailed design that continues to make this coin a standout piece. From a technical perspective, the 1981 Australian 50-cent coin carries all the hallmarks of its era. It is struck in cupronickel, 75% copper, 25% nickel, giving it strength and durability. It weighs 15.55 grams and measures 31.65 millimeters across, making it one of the largest circulating coins in Australian pockets. The 12-sided shape, smooth-edged, ensures instant recognition and helps it stand apart from other denominations. The real story, however, lies in the mintage and production of the 1981 issue. In total, around 20.4 million coins were minted, which may sound like a lot, but in the world of decimal collecting, it actually places this coin among the lower mintage years. In comparison, other years of the 1980s saw significantly higher production numbers, which is why the 1981 issue has become a favorite among collectors looking to complete year sets. When assessing a 1981 coin in very fine condition, we're looking at a piece that has circulated but has managed to survive with its key details still intact. The Queen's portrait remains sharp, the crown and tiara details are visible, and the coat of arms on the reverse retains most of its intricate definition. Yes, there will be light wear and some scratches, but overall, it is a coin that still carries dignity and collector appeal. Market value is always a fascinating subject, and the 1981 Australian 50-cent coin does not disappoint. In very fine circulated condition, this coin can sell anywhere from $3 to $8 Australian dollars, which is already several times its face value. For better preserved coins, especially those approaching extremely fine or uncirculated grades, prices can climb into the $15 to $30 Australian dollars range. Proof or mint set examples can fetch much higher, sometimes exceeding $100 Australian dollars, as they represent the finest strikes of the year. What makes this coin even more intriguing is the existence of rarer varieties. In 1981, some 50-cent coins were struck at international mints, including in Canada and London, to supplement local production. This has led to subtle differences in die varieties that keen-eyed collectors hunt for. Coins struck at foreign mints are generally scarcer and can command premium prices, especially in high grades. Another aspect that sparks collector excitement is the possibility of error coins. As with all minting years, a small number of 1,981 coins were struck with misalignments, double strikes, or planchet flaws. These rare minting errors can elevate a coin's value dramatically, sometimes into the hundreds of dollars, depending on the severity and uniqueness of the error. For those lucky enough to discover one, it can feel like uncovering buried treasure. The demand for the 1981 issue is consistent and strong because it is one of those coins that fits neatly into both general decimal collections and specialist 50-cent collections. Many collectors aim to complete a year-by-year run of Australia's 50-cent coins, and with its lower mintage, the 1981 becomes an essential piece that is harder to track down in top condition. This demand underpins its long-term value and ensures that prices will continue to climb over time. It is also important to remember the broader context. Coins like the 1981 50 cent are now more than 4 decades old. Every year, more examples are lost, damaged, or discarded, reducing the available supply. This natural attrition strengthens the position of surviving coins, especially those in better grades. Collectors understand this dynamic, and it's why even circulated examples are being carefully preserved. From an investment standpoint, while no single circulated coin will make you an overnight millionaire, holding on to coins like the 1981 50 cent is a wise decision. Their combination of historical significance, lower mintage, strong collector demand, and potential varieties make them an attractive choice for building a valuable long-term collection. Imagine finding one of these in your change or in an old jar of coins at home. What looks like ordinary currency could be the very piece that fills a gap in a collector's album. To someone building a complete set, that humble coin suddenly transforms into something worth far more than its face value. That's the magic of numismatics. The 1981 Australian 50-cent coin is far more than an everyday piece of pocket change. Its stunning design, fascinating history, lower mintage, and steady demand make it a standout issue in the decimal series. In very fine condition, it holds significant collector appeal and a market value that continues to grow. Whether you're a casual hobbyist or a serious investor, this coin is a reminder that sometimes the treasures we seek are already sitting in our hands. Next up, the Australian 50-cent coin is one of the most recognizable pieces of currency in the nation. With its unique 12-sided design and large size, it has always stood out among decimal coins. But not all years are created equal, and today we're focusing on a true rarity, the 1985 Australian 50-cent coin. For collectors, this particular year carries a special allure because of its scarcity and investment potential. To understand why the 1985 issue is so important, we need to take a step back in time. The first 50-cent coin was struck in 1966 as a round silver piece, but because of rising silver prices, it was replaced in 1969 with the now familiar dodecagonal shape made of cupronickel. By 1985, Australians had become accustomed to this design, but the Royal Australian Mint was experimenting with mintages and adjusting to changing demands in currency circulation. As a result, the 1985 issue saw a surprisingly low release. The reverse design of the 1985 coin is the classic Australian coat of arms, created by master designer Stuart Devlin. It features the 6-part shield representing each state, supported proudly by the kangaroo and emu. These native animals are iconic for being unable to walk backwards, symbolizing progress and determination. Above the shield is the 7-pointed Commonwealth star, representing unity across the states and territories. It's a design that embodies national pride and has become an enduring feature of our coinage. On the obverse side, the 1985 coin carries the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Raphael Maklauf. This was the first year the Maklauf portrait appeared on the 50-cent coin, replacing Arnold Machin's earlier effigy. The Maklauf design is known for its regal detail, showing the Queen wearing the royal diadem crown, with flowing curls and a dignified presence. The inscription Elizabeth II Australia 1985 surrounds the portrait, cementing its identity as part of Australia's decimal coinage history. When it comes to specifications, the 1985 50-cent coin follows the familiar pattern. It is struck in cupronickel, weighing 15.55 grams, with a diameter of 31.65 millimeters, and of course, its distinctive 12-sided smooth-edged shape. This size and weight make it one of the largest circulating coins in the world, giving it both heft and prominence in your hand. But what makes the 1985 issue so extraordinary is its mintage. Only around 1 million coins were struck for circulation, one of the lowest figures for any Australian 50-cent coin. To put that into perspective, many other years saw mintages in the tens of millions. This low number instantly set the 1985 coin apart, making it a key date that collectors hunt for in their change, though very few ever find it. Because of its rarity, the 1985 Australian 50-cent coin is in constant demand. Collectors who wish to complete year sets cannot ignore this coin, and that demand far exceeds supply. As a result, prices on the secondary market are much stronger than for most other circulation coins. This is particularly true in higher grades. In excellent condition, the 1985 coin becomes even more desirable. Most of the few coins that entered circulation were subject to everyday wear, which means that well-preserved examples are increasingly difficult to come by. Sharp details on the kangaroo, emu, shield, and the queen's diadem can make the difference between a coin worth only a small premium and one worth many times its face value. So what about value today? A 1985 Australian 50-cent coin in average circulated condition can fetch anywhere from $20 to $50 Australian dollars, already many times its face value. In excellent condition, like the one we're discussing, prices can easily climb into the range of $100 to $200 EUD uncirculated or proof-like examples, especially those graded by professional services, can soar even higher, sometimes exceeding $300 to $400 Australian dollars at auction. The investment potential here is clear. Unlike more common dates, the 1985 coin is a key rarity that cannot be ignored in the series. As time passes, surviving coins in excellent condition will only become scarcer, and prices will likely rise as collectors compete for the best specimens. This is why the 1985 issue is often seen as a cornerstone coin for anyone building an Australian decimal collection. Beyond pure numbers, there's something exciting about holding a 1985 50-cent coin in your hand. You're not just holding 50 cents. You're holding a piece of history that represents rarity, artistry, and value. Every scratch, every detail preserved or lost tells the story of where that coin has been over the decades, and that story makes it even more compelling for collectors. The proof issues of 1985 are also highly collectible. These coins, struck with a mirror-like finish and superior craftsmanship, were never meant for circulation and were only available in collector sets. Today, these proofs can command impressive prices, often surpassing $200 Australian dollars, and remain prized among serious numismatists. What makes the 1985 coin even more intriguing is its role as a transition piece. It marks the first appearance of the Raphael Maklauf portrait, introducing a new chapter in the coinage of Queen Elizabeth II. At the same time, its unusually low mintage gave it an aura of scarcity that continues to this day. This combination of artistry and rarity is exactly what collectors dream about. Could this coin make you a millionaire? On its own, no single 1985 50-cent coin will reach such heights. But when combined with other rarities, it can form part of a portfolio that appreciates significantly in value. The smartest collectors are those who tuck away low-mintage gems like this one, knowing that in the future, scarcity and demand will do the rest. The 1985 Australian 50-cent coin is a true numismatic treasure. With its iconic Devlin reverse, the new Maklauf obverse, its large and striking specifications, and its astonishingly low mintage, it stands as one of the most desirable 50-cent coins in circulation. In excellent condition, it already commands strong premiums, and as time passes, it's only going to become harder to find. This is the kind of coin that transforms an ordinary collection into an extraordinary one, and it's one you'll definitely want to keep an eye out for. Next up, the 1999 Australian 50-cent coin tells a story not only of national identity, but also of collectible potential that makes it worth far more than its face value in certain conditions. The year 1999 was an exciting time for Australia. As the nation prepared to enter the new millennium, the Royal Australian Mint was producing both standard and commemorative coins. While the spotlight was often on the Millennium editions, the regular coat of arms 50-cent coin of 1999 quietly became a must-have piece for serious collectors. On the reverse, designed by Stuart Devlin, the master of Australian coinage, we see the Australian coat of arms, one of the most iconic designs in the country's currency. The shield at the center proudly displays symbols of the 6 states, while the kangaroo and emu stand as guardians, representing progress and forward motion. Above, the 7-pointed Commonwealth star crowns the design, a symbol of national unity. This design has been used for decades, yet each year's mintage adds a unique layer of historical context. The obverse side of the 1999 coin features the Raphael Maklauf portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, which had been in use since 1985. In this depiction, Her Majesty is wearing the royal diadem crown, with soft, flowing hair that captures an elegance admired by collectors. The surrounding inscription reads Elizabeth II Australia 1999, a marking of both monarch and nation united in their shared history. In terms of specifications, the 1999 50-cent coin follows the familiar standard. It is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, weighs 15.55 grams, and spans an impressive 31.65 millimeters in diameter. Its 12-sided dodecagon shape has always made it a standout coin, easily recognizable and loved for its distinct geometry compared to the round coins that dominate circulation. Now let's turn to the mintage. In 1999, the Royal Australian Mint produced just over 22 million coins for circulation. This figure places it in a medium range compared to other years. It isn't as scarce as some rarities like the 1985 or 1993 issues, but it's still less common than many high mintage years where over 50 million coins flooded circulation. This moderate mintage has created a steady demand among collectors who value completing year sets. One of the most important factors in coin collecting is condition, and this is where the 1999 coin truly shines for those lucky enough to find it in very good condition. Circulated coins from that year often show heavy wear from 2 decades of use, with the fine details of the shield and kangaroo losing definition. But coins that survive with clear, sharp features, minimal scratches, and natural shine command attention and premiums. Collectors often describe the 1999 50-cent coin as a sleeper coin, not the rarest, but one that continues to gain recognition as more people complete sets of Australian decimal coinage. And when a coin achieves this status, its market value can begin to climb, especially for those found in higher grades. On today's action market, the 1999 50-cent coin in average circulated condition may sell for around $1 to $2, just slightly above face value. But when you move into coins graded very good, the story changes. These examples can bring anywhere between $5 and $10, depending on the buyer and the market moment. Coins in extremely fine or almost uncirculated condition can rise sharply, often fetching $20 to $30, and proof versions released in mint sets can exceed $40 or more. It is here that collectors see the potential, because coins in top condition only become scarcer as time moves on. The demand for this coin is driven by both casual collectors and dedicated numismatists. Casual hobbyists enjoy owning it as part of their spare change finds, while serious collectors are always on the hunt for coins in top preservation, knowing these will be increasingly valuable in the long term. It's worth noting that errors from the 1999 mintage, while not widely documented, do exist. Off-center strikes, die cracks, and other minting anomalies can make a regular coin worth hundreds, sometimes even thousands of dollars, depending on rarity and condition. These error coins are highly prized in the collector market, often considered hidden treasures. What makes the 1999 50-cent coin particularly exciting is its long-term investment potential. While today it may seem modest in dollar value, history shows us that coins once considered common have skyrocketed in value decades later. Think of the 1972 5-cent coin or the 1985 50-cent coin, both once overlooked, but now among the most sought-after Australian circulation coins. For collectors, the strategy is clear. Hold on to 1,999 coins in very good to uncirculated condition, as they are increasingly difficult to find with each passing year. As numismatic interest grows and sets become harder to complete, the coin's value is likely to follow an upward trajectory. The 1999 Australian 50-cent coin may not yet be a millionaire maker, but it is certainly a coin of hidden strength and great potential. With its elegant design, medium mintage, and steady collector demand, it has already carved out a place in the Australian numismatic story. And as with all coins, those in the best condition will one day command the highest prices. So next time you see a 1999 50-cent coin in very good condition, hold on to it. You might just be holding the future of numismatic treasure. Next up, the 1971 Australian 50-cent coin in your hand. You are not just holding an old piece of pocket change. You are holding a slice of history that reflects Australia's transformation in the early years of decimal currency. Though many may glance past it as just another coin, collectors know that this particular issue carries weight, both literally and figuratively, in the numismatic world. The journey of the 50-cent coin began in 1966, when Australia made the bold switch from pounds, shillings, and pence to a modern decimal system. At first, the 50-cent coin was struck in silver, but rising silver prices quickly made it unsustainable. By 1969, the coin took on its now iconic 12-sided shape and was struck in a cupronickel alloy instead of silver. The 1971 issue belongs to this new era, and it is already one of the standout years that collectors chase with intensity. The obverse of the 1971 coin carries a portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by the renowned sculptor Arnold Machin. This elegant image, showing the Queen wearing the girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, is surrounded by the inscription Elizabeth II, Australia, 1971. It is a design instantly recognizable and marks the Queen in her youthful years. Turning the coin over to the reverse, we see a masterpiece by Stuart Devlin, the designer affectionately known as the Goldsmith of Australia. The design depicts the Australian coat of arms, with the shield at the center showcasing the symbols of the 6 states. Supporting it on each side are the kangaroo and the emu, chosen because neither animal steps backwards, symbolizing progress. Above sits the 7-pointed Commonwealth Star, a proud emblem of national unity. The level of intricate detail in this design makes the 50-cent coin one of the most admired pieces of circulating coinage in the world. From a technical perspective, the 1971 50-cent coin is impressive. Struck in cupronickel, 75% copper and 25% nickel, it weighs 15.55 grams, has a diameter of 31.65 millimeters, and, of course, its unique 12-sided shape makes it instantly distinguishable from any other denomination. This weight and size give it a certain gravitas in the hand, making it feel like more than just loose change. But what really sets the 1971 issue apart is its mintage figure. Only 21.6 million coins were produced that year, which, compared to other years, is considered quite low. Some years saw mintages in the tens of millions higher, making the 1971 coin one of the scarcer regular circulating 50-cent issues. This scarcity is what has fueled strong collector demand and elevated its market value far beyond its 50-cent face value. Now, let's talk condition. The coin you may find today in circulated condition will almost certainly show signs of age. Scratches, worn high points, and dull surfaces are common after more than 5 decades in wallets, tills, and pockets. Yet, even in circulated grades, the 1971 coin is valuable because of its scarcity. Collectors will gladly pay above face value to secure a circulated example if it helps complete a decimal year set. In today's collector market, a 1971 circulated 50-cent coin can sell anywhere from $5 to $10 Australian dollars, which is already 10 to 20 times its face value. That's impressive considering it's still a coin people once used daily without giving it a second thought. If the coin is found in better circulated or lightly worn condition, the value can climb higher, reaching $15 or more depending on demand. For coins that survived in extremely fine or uncirculated condition, prices rise dramatically. Such examples can fetch $50 to $100 Australian dollars or more, with special proof strikes minted for collectors selling for several $100s. And while circulated coins may not reach those upper levels, they remain highly desirable to collectors who want an authentic piece of decimal history. What also drives the value of the 1971 coin is its constant demand. Unlike many other coins that fluctuate in popularity, the low-mintage 1971 issue has remained consistently sought after for decades. It is considered a must-have for anyone collecting 50-cent pieces, which means that demand is always there. And as fewer coins survive in high grades, the value of all surviving coins continues to strengthen. Adding to the excitement are the rare error coins struck in 1971. A small number of missed strikes exist, including off-center strikes, double strikes, and die cracks. These minting errors can skyrocket a coin's value into the hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on the severity and rarity of the mistake. For collectors, discovering such an error in a humble 1971 coin would be like striking gold. The long-term potential of the 1971 coin should not be underestimated. Every year, more of these coins are lost, damaged, or removed from circulation, meaning the pool of surviving pieces shrinks. Combine this with the fact that coin collecting in Australia is steadily growing, and it's easy to see why the 1971 issue is only becoming more desirable over time. In circulated condition, your 1971 50-cent coin may not look like much at first glance. But to a collector, it's a rare and valuable treasure, worth many times more than face value. Even if it is scratched, dulled, or worn, It carries a scarcity and history that guarantees it will always find an eager buyer. So, while it may not make you a millionaire overnight, the 1971 Australian 50-cent coin in circulated condition is a smart and exciting piece to hold on to. It represents history, rarity, and collector passion, the three qualities that make a coin truly special. And as time goes on, its story only grows stronger, meaning its value will continue to rise. In conclusion, the 1971 Australian 50-cent coin is far more than just a piece of small change. It is a historical marker of Australia's decimal currency journey, a scarce issue that has become a favorite among collectors, and a coin that continues to prove that sometimes the most valuable treasures are hiding in plain sight. So next time you check your change, remember, a circulated 1971 50-cent coin might just be waiting to reward you.